What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing how to replace the pinion seal on your 8.8 rear end. This will be for the Mustang GTs. A lot of Ford use the 8.8. I'm going to try to do it without the puller to split it apart to get to the seal. So we're going to see how it goes. I already got the car jacked up. Jack stands underneath it. Going to go ahead and take you underneath there right now. Alright, this is inside here is where the seal is at that I'm going to be replacing. I went ahead and took a pencil and marked it up here. I don't know if you can see it, so I know which way this goes on. And then when I was underneath here, I noticed that right here somebody already marked this, so somebody had taken this apart prior. I hope they didn't mess it up. Maybe somebody tried to replace the seal and gouged it, and maybe it's just needs more fixing. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and take these 4 bolts out. They're a 12mm 12-point socket. I'll probably have to use my breaker bar to get them apart, so just make sure you know which way it's coming off from, so you can mark it and you'll know to put it back on. Alright, that was a pain in the butt. How to use this breaker bar from my my jack. It's the handle. And here's a little trick to get these out. Instead of trying to get the top ones out from up top, go ahead and put the car, you can put the car in neutral and spin the tire, and it'll spin the drive shaft. That's what I did, and I loosened up these two, spun it around and loosened them up again, and then I spun it back to the original spot where I started from. So now these are all loose. I'm going to go up and take them out and remove the drive shaft. Since it's already marked, I'm going to take it that somebody's already taken it off, and it's not going to be that hard to get the drive shaft off. So we'll see. If so, I'll just use a hammer or something and split it apart. Alright, as you see, I got the drive shaft out. Now I'm going to take this bolt out, and you're going to want to mark somehow and figure out how far that bolt is on, or I mean the nut is on. What I did was I took a little piece of metal like this and I put it up here and I marked it right there, you can see. So when I'm laying here, I'll know exactly how far this has to be to the end of this, and that'll be about how far it'll have to go on. Now also what I did was I counted how many threads are showing. It's showing 3 threads and is on the 4th thread. So that's also another way I can use. You can get, I think it's called a micrometer. I'm not 100% sure that's what it is though. But I think it's a micrometer that will measure the gap that's there down really small. So if you have one of those, you can use one to go buy one. I don't feel like it, so I'm gonna try it this way. Alright, hope you can see it pretty good. Went out and picked up a new pinion seal. So got that. It's $5.99 at O'Reilly's. Can't argue with that. As you see, I got the flange off. Goes on like this. And what I did was I took my big 3-pound hammer, since I didn't have the puller and I didn't want to have to go buy it or rent it, even though it is only like 20 bucks. You can use a steering wheel puller. The proper one will pull it off. There's like 3 or 4 different kinds. But I looked it up, somebody that did it and used that. So I was going to get it, but I wanted to try to save that money and just get that flange off a different way. So that's what I did. I tried seeing if I could pry it off a little bit. It was stuck on there pretty good. So I just went ahead, took this big 3-pound hammer, tapped the flange on this side a couple times, switched to the other side, tapped it a couple times. I shouldn't say tap, you gotta hit it pretty hard. It's on there pretty good. So, but I just kept going back and forth, kind of like walked it off a little bit. You don't want to just keep hitting it from the same side. You want to try to do it evenly. So that's what I did. It took a little bit, but I was able to get it off, and I saved money by not having to get a puller to pull it off. This is the seal that you're going to replace, the pinion seal. So I don't have a seal puller, so what I'm going to do is use this little flat tip, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this seal off. What I think the problem with the seal was, since somebody already marked this, like I said before, somebody's already been here, and I think they replaced the seal. But I don't think they put the seal in all the way. Because when I came out here, I used my hammer and I tapped around it, and it squished down farther. And you could tell because it squirted out some of the gear oil when I squished it in there. So it was out a little bit. I don't know if it's just old and wore out or what, but it wasn't in there all the way. It might have fixed the problem. I wiped it down. Hasn't really leaked since. Not that it leaked really bad. The only time it got worse was when you're driving. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off. There you go. Pop that side loose, and then you can just go around and walk it around. Since you see me doing this, I'm going to go ahead and turn the GoPro off. I'm going to just finish pulling this out. I don't want to get no fluid or nothing on the GoPro. And I'm going to slide my pan over to catch it. I don't know how much is going to come out, but I just want to have everything ready. Got it off though. Just dripping a little bit. Nothing too bad. Gonna go ahead and whoops, wipe this up. Somebody put some gasket stuff on here before, and you don't need to. Okay, gonna slide this new one on. Maybe I should have got the tool to put this on. I'm going to keep messing with it. Okay, got the seal on, pressed in there. Sure enough, as soon as I turned the GoPro off, it went on. I did have to use the 3-pound hammer again. I was trying that little baby hammer and that thing wasn't working, but the 3-pound hammer had enough force to get it actually set in there. When I was using that little hammer though, it started to bend to one side right here, which I knew was fine because once I got it flush, I could just hit it enough to bend it back, and you can't even tell. But it's in there. Just went around, tried to smooth it all out. We'll have to see, time will tell. Now I'm going to have to put the flange back on. Make sure you put everything back on the same way you took it off. Got it on. Looks like to be in the right spot. Now we're just going to whack it back on. I'm going to try to use the rubber mallet, see if it'll work. If not, we'll get the 3-pound out again. Now I'm going to start the bolt. Actually, I'm going to put some RTV on this bolt just to help. Now I'm using a nut to tighten on this flange back into place. Now, so you don't stretch out the threads on the bolt, once it gets pretty tight and you can feel it get snug, take your hammer and just walk it around, smacking it a little. And then tighten it up a little more. And that way, with you hitting it on, it'll make it a little easier for you to tighten it down, and it won't stretch out the threads. Just keep on going till you get it flush. We're getting there. A little bit more to go. Alright, got the flange on. Now there is a gap. I don't know if you can see it from that side. Oh, right there. If you see that gap between it, between the seal and the flange. And that's the same amount of gap that I had before I messed with it. Also, there's 3 threads showing it, and it was at the 4th. That's where it's at right now. And my little measuring stick that I used measures about the same. Obviously, it's not that specific. You know, I don't have anything to measure that specific for. But hopefully it'll work. Seems like everything's good. Only time will tell. I'm going to go ahead and mount the drive shaft back up to it. And then that'll be it. Alright, got the bolts snug. Now what you're going to want to do is when you actually start to tighten them down, do a crisscross fashion, and then you can do once around the clock or twice the other way, crisscross, whichever way. Just make sure you start off crisscrossing them. You want to try to get it set on there nice and straight and flush. They're all pretty snug, so I'm going to just go ahead and crisscross them and get them just a little bit tighter. Now what I'll do after I'm all done is I'll actually go around and turn the tires like I did to take it off, and turn the whole drive shaft and everything, and see if the other ones need to be snug up better from underneath, because it's easier than up top with the exhaust and everything in the way. Alright, that's how you replace your pinion seal and your 8.8 rear end. The 8.8 rear end is common on a lot of Fords. This especially work for your 99 to 04 New Edge Mustang. This is my 2002 Mustang GT that I did it on. Not too bad, pretty simple. And this part's only $5.99, so you can't argue with that. It's not like it's expensive to replace. A little pain in the butt, a little hard to get to if you don't have a lift, but as you see, I got it done in the garage on some jack stands. Got some more parts right here. I'm going to split them up to different videos though. That way it helps me with more content, and it helps me to get subscribers. Right now with my channel being so small, you know, I'd hate to lump all these videos in together when I can do one video like I just did on how to replace your pinion seal. Then I can do another video on something else instead of lumping them all together, because I need all the views and all the searches I can get. So by doing that, it'll help me out in a search category when people are searching for things, and they can find my videos. If I do 3 things together, they might find one of the 3. So that's why I do it the way I do it right now, until I can get bigger, and then I can just do whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll get views for pissing on a pole. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Till next time. Peace.